welcome to the third and final review of the week. Up this time is a game called Wunderling. It's a play on words on underling, except you are wonderful because, well, here's the synopsis. You will take control of the Wunderling, a low-level video game goon who has just unlocked the power to jump. Unable to stop or change direction at will, you will need to plan ahead and master the Wunderling's abilities to navigate treacherous scrolling levels and chase down that pesky hero. So, kind of a platformer combined with an endless runner.
A little bit.
In terms of the description here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the story is a pastiche of Mario stuff, where it's Carrot Man, and the bad guy is a cute green witch named Kohlrabi, and the princess that's been kidnapped is Princess P or whatever. But yeah, you get transformed after you get squished by the hero. You get transformed into a guy with the ability to jump by Kohlrabi. Unfortunately, while you gain the ability to jump, you do not gain the ability to stop or turn around. So you have to bounce off stuff. You're also, since you're, supposed to be dead, there are a bunch of flower buds located throughout every level that you have to pick up, or if you go too long without picking one up, you will die. And also, if you pick up enough of them, if you pick up like all of them, you get something nice, I think. I did not get to play as far as this as I wanted to because there were some tricky puzzles, and also I had a headache for most of today, which is when I was hoping to put in a lot more time. Also, when you get to the second world, you gain your second and I think only other actual ability, which is to dash, it's a recharging dash where you have a floating, called a boost berry around your head, and you can dash when you're on the ground and have that to make some jumps that are otherwise impossible. And after you get that, you can go back to earlier levels before you got that and use it. Which is important because in every level, in addition to being able to complete to collect all of the flower buds and make them bloom, you can also get a treasure chest in every level that has an unlockable item of usually clothes or a color swap or something for your Wunderling. And then several other levels that are marked have either a cassette tape, which unlocks sound for you to be able to listen to, or a swirling green portal that takes you to a bonus level, which is hard to find sometimes. And then the bonus levels are hard. Especially to get everything in. So yeah, it's really ultimately kind of a puzzle platformer since you don't have a ton of control over your actual positioning aside from how long you press the jump button, which is, admittedly, there's a good amount of fluid control over how high you jump and how hard. But yeah, you'll see like a tiny platform hanging out on the edge of something, and if you get up to that by bumping off something and turning around, that'll be an invisible wall, and then behind the invisible wall there'll be either a treasure chest or a passage to another chunk of level that has a treasure chest or a portal or something. The portals that I found, actually all of them involve basically what looks like it's pretty much a death pit. But if you get it right, there's a green portal that takes you to a bonus level. Once you're playing it, you can only go to the next level, but at any time you can go back to the level select. So it took me a couple tries to figure out how to go back to earlier levels once I'd progressed on. So yeah, I'd say overall it feels pretty good. The mechanics are good. The art style is nice. There's a little bit more color depth to the shading in this than there are in, for example, this is not a Rattle like a game, but it looks a little bit like one at first. But I feel like the art has another couple levels of shading, and the music has another couple of more tracks than most of them do. I accidentally customized my main character to look kind of like an actual minion, and I hated that, so I changed it back. And then I made it look like Sonic the Hedgehog, because that's also a possibility. I mean, like blue with spiky hair, but the hair is brown, and red and white striped shoes. So yeah, if you're interested in like puzzle platforming, oh, and you do also have a self-destruct button for, when you fuck up and it'll take you too long to find a way to die. Because there aren't really enemies in this game aside from in like the special like segments where you have like a boss fight against the hero, and those are not really boss fights. They're more like special out of scenario things usually. But there will be bubbles that when you hit them, they will set you back a ways. There will be spikes that kill you. There are pads that make you run fast in either one direction or the other, or the direction you were already running. And there are mushrooms that you can jump on, and then I actually had trouble with these at first because how high you bounce off of them depends on how long you hold the button after you hit the thing. At first, I was having a really hard time getting high enough on some of them. So yeah, it's fairly simple gameplay. It's kind of cute. The Kohlrabi has a cow cameraman who has a crush on her and is trying to help with the PR stuff that you're a thing for, and he's also the one that you usually find him in areas where you get the soundtrack tapes. I'd say overall it's a cute game. I enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't pay a whole ton for it, but if you're into puzzle platforming, you might be more interested in doing a little bit more. I don't know. What is the price on this?
$14.99.
That's on the upper end, I think. Of course, I also never actually got far enough to figure out exactly how long the game is, because you can't actually. You have to complete a certain number of levels in each world to unlock the next world, and until you do that, you actually can't see the next world. So. Apparently there is also a wall jump at some point, which would be useful to have. Yeah, I'd say overall I'd give this a recommend. I might wait for it to be a little bit on sale. It does not have much in the way of specific Switch stuff. It has Rumble, but it's not HD Rumble. It has no touchscreen control, nothing particular for most of it. So, yeah, I'd say it's a fun game. It can be a little trying of your patience if you're not great at precision platforming, because there are definitely some parts that require precision. Oh, and there are also the usual color and shape coded locks and keys, which is often required to get the actual treasure chests and stuff. Do you guys have any questions?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Looking at the demo videos for this, I kind of wish the scaling was a little bit more dynamic, but it would probably lose a lot if they did that, because you wouldn't be able to see as far. Like if it zoomed in sometimes, you could get a little bit more precision on stuff, because the graphics are actually really nice when you can see them. But you're usually fairly zoomed out to give you optimal, control.
Right. Right. So I think that'll about do it for Wunderling here.
Mm-hmm.
And indeed, that is all we have for the session. So coming up on the week ahead, let's see. Worth noting, we do have a Friday show this week, but hang on. Here we go. But on our Wednesday show, coming up on March 18th, we'll be having Johnson Brown of Fin Fungal Games. At least I think that's how that's pronounced. I'm not sure if that's an actual word or if it's a combination of something here. Um, anyway, they are the developers of a game called Colony Siege, which is a curious little creation because it purports to be a combination of RTS and tower defense. If you know the history of that's curious because tower defense was spawned out of RTS. Like tower defense is kind of a micronized version of RTS.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. Petty, I believe you got a pre-release code of that, so we'll have game footage here. I asked for more codes, but I'm not sure if that we'll get them in time.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing offhand, but I also haven't put in the newest batch of codes yet, so.
Like, if you can't find it, I definitely remember getting a code for this.
All right.
Anyway, that's what's coming up on Wednesday. Let's see, Friday. So many windows open. Like we will be having Helgard D. Barros of One Little Surf. He is from Ireland, and he is the developer of Into the Valley, a single-player, third-person detective adventure RPG with elements of combat and exploration. So, kind of a hodgepodge of genres here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all got a copy of this game. Also worth noting, we'll be having fun with the Discord this week, possibly with both interviews, though maybe with One Little Surf, it'll be with Skype. We were having some problems with Discord. Did a sound test with Little Surf here, and didn't go well on the Discord. Not my end, for once, but these are the problems of technology. Anyway, that is what's coming up this week, and until Wednesday, I shall wish you good gaming.